Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right. Well, I'm not sure there's going to be a lot to trade this morning. The markets have moved. Uh, right. Let's have a look. Who's in this morning? Good morning, team. Um, let's just, where's the chat box? Morning, Jody. Morning, Jez. Morning, Peter. Morning, Frankie. Morning, Yoko. Morning, team. Been some lovely moves in the night, especially for those holding longer term positions on selling US dollar. Um, the Kiwi position we put out there is 113 pips up, so that's running nicely. And I know some of you have held some other things, so well done, team. All right, let's just get rid of this. If anything, maybe a little bit of a correction's coming on gold. I'll just move this out of the way. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, buys above 27.60. Yes, that's worked to treat. Anyone that was holding or looking to go. Is the sound okay? Guys, let me know if the sound's okay. Okay, it was just a faulty Yorkshire line. Right, I'll just move that out of the way. Right, so all markets that we look at, especially through the London Open, well, pretty much everything at the minute, our bias is buys because we are seeing continuation moves to the upside. So, look, first thing is we are fast approaching gold all-time highs here at 27.87. So, on the basis of what we're seeing, my preference is to see the market pull back, find support, and that could be existing support, or it could just be a change from sellers back to buyers. Easiest way of that is find a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle. Very, very simple little process. So yes, we've moved what $16 above or $17 above this 4-hour resistance. Could price come all the way back here and then go? Yes. Looking at the way that it's moving and the trade we took in yesterday's live stream, we were anticipating this move. But unfortunately, the way that I manage trades, or as it's a day trade, didn't allow us to get all of this move. But who gives a damn? We took our trade down here, anticipating the turn. We took one through here, the turn didn't come. We got our 10, 20 pips, whatever it was. Then we anticipated the next one through here, and we got the turn getting around 50 to 60 points. Now, this is where I'm saying that when you look at trading, and you're trading with the trend, you can be a little bit more flexible with your stops. But look, even if you were to trail the low of every candle, as soon as it breaks the low, look where it broke the low. The first time it broke the low was up at structure here. So do you want to sit in a trade that pulls back, that could pull all the way back down here and you make no money? Or would you want to take the risk that because we've got a trend, you leave stops down here and hopefully the market continues to go. For all the times that the market does go on and break new highs and things like this, my way of looking at it is I'd rather take the profit coming into structure, and then if we get a setup as it gets above, we take the trade again. Unfortunately, this happened through the Asian session, as we've seen a lot of moves in gold over the last few months coming at 2 a.m. GMT time. So don't be surprised, or if you can be bothered to stay up to that time, to look for some breakouts because they do they do happen and they're happening quite regular. Um, so support breakouts. Uh, Yeah, my appetite for gold, where we currently sit after the move that we've had today, is zero. I have no appetite for gold in this region, this range. What I want to see is I want to see gold pull back. Doesn't have to be a massive pullback, but I want to see at least break the lows of some candles. We've seen it break this previous 30-minute low candle, but I want to see something like this or like this, and then buyers come back in and we have clean range to the left hand side, then I'll look to buy it up. Sells, well, we can look for that if we get, let's say, back up into the all-time highs, we see a big spike, and then we can look for maybe a false breakup here. But that is where I'm at for gold. So it may not be the best of London sessions today, based on what price has done overnight across multiple markets. Uh, the DAX, the DAX was seeing something pretty similar. I mean, yesterday we called the buys above 21,327, and if anyone was there through the Trump speech at 4 o'clock, I was on school run. Um, you got a perfect breakout setup here. Candle closed above, next candle wick down, buy the break of the highs. That candle, you're done. Did anyone trade that? Because this was on our watch list from yesterday. Very, very simple setup. But now we need to have a look at other potential trading opportunities. So we can look for longs above 21,518. We do have news today. We've got quite a bit of news coming out through the morning on what is it, 8:15? 8:15 and 8:30 French and German PMIs. So 8:15 we have who's ready for the weekend? Who's had a great week? See, Jez, listen, you know what you need to do, mate? You need to stay healthy. Have you noticed what's happened to your trading? Have you noticed what's happened to your trading? You're playing paddle twice a day, you're not drinking, you're going to the gym, you actually look remotely healthy, you've got a smile on your face, you're not being abusive. I I I like this healthy Jez. I like this healthy Jez. You're welcome to come and stay anytime like this, mate. Yoko finally traveling back to London tomorrow. Um, permanent holidays coming to an end, Yoko. Welcome back to welcome back to cold, cold, wet, windy, happy place we live in, the UK. Anna, absolutely, you deserve the weekend. You've done really, really well. Anna's going to be my star student for January. Knuckled down, got involved in her mentoring, done awesome on a personal account, ramping up the funded account. Frankie, ready for the weekend, and yes, awesome week. 30%. Frankie, have you got your numbers right again? Do we need to go through them? This isn't one of those moments where you said if we bought gold at the beginning of January and left it. If you've done 30%, Frankie, that is awesome. Have you done that on your funded account, Frankie? If you've done 30%, you've passed. You've absolutely smashed it. Not just passed, you're getting paid, mate. You're getting paid. That's what I like to hear. And home for 2 months and then on the road again in April. Where are you heading, April, Yotko? What part of the world? The beauty of trading, right, guys? You can be anywhere. You can be footloose and fancy free as long as you've got Wi-Fi, your PC, or well, if you're traveling, more like laptop and additional screen and a phone for backup, then boom, you're sorted. So look, I don't want to trade in this little zone here. My bias for DAX is going to be buy. Let's just make it big. So bias equals buys. This is what we want to focus on. But should we get a break below here, then guess what? We'll trade it. Plenty of clear space. Let's just drop. Right. For those of you that aren't sure, ATH just stands for all-time highs. So we're going to look for this market to push to the upside. Downside available. We're looking at 115 pips. There we go. Upside, we can't put a number on the pips available. Why is that, guys? Why can't we put a number on the pips available? Amazing, Frankie. That's what we'd like to hear. Things are clicking. The cogs are clicking. The piggy bank's getting loaded. The yacht fund is growing. The pressure is dwindling. The sunset is getting closer. Exactly, Anna, because we're at all-time highs. So if we're at all-time highs, when we look left, there's no structure to work with. So all we can do is trade accordingly, right? Whenever you're within ranges and you're within previous structure, you've always got to look left. So remember, I know Frankie's got his post-it notes on his laptop, on his PC that just basically says look left. And that's not because when he looks left out the window, there's a beach and a beautiful view. That is because he needs to remember to look left. Whenever we're looking at a chart, and if we want to sell, what do we want to sell into? We want to sell where we can see potential space. Look at this. So that is space. Look at those candles. Nice big candles. No, no, none of this. You see all this crap here? All that is crap. You try and trade into that, you might make money, you might not. It's a lottery. So pick your battles. So likewise, above here, we have no crap. It's all clear space. So pick your battles. So we want to be long above here. sells below 21,445. So that means what is this bit here for now? It depends. I will have 2 full months of interrupted trading for the ever, first time over the last year or more. I may start aggressive account growth challenge on Monday. Oh, I can see Yotco's G63 fund growing very quickly. That's what we like, guys. Frankie is on the money. Yeah, so you're right, Anna. It's consolidation or noisy, but just call it no trade range because if you get caught in that area, I don't mind you trading these areas if the range has got what did we trade yesterday? Gold. So where you see this range, look at the candle shapes, the different big momentum candles. So we traded the up and the down, and then the up. So the up was with David Booth's mentoring session. The down was in your session, Anna, and then the up was in the US live stream. So we went up, down, up, bang, and we got that one all the way. So the difference between trading ranges and with trend will come down to what the candles look like when you look left. See these nice big bodied candles? You can trade because the probability of you getting stuck in there is unlikely. But if you're looking at this bit here, if you want to try and trade this range, if it was going up and down, you're just going to get hit from all sides. You might be lucky and you might catch this move, but why try and be lucky? Why not wait for that move to happen? And then when it when it comes to um, looking for the next trade, you've got the clear space to trade into. That makes it easier. So I'd much rather stay out of trying to guess when the market's gonna break structure or move into some clear space. Let it happen. And then if you get the setup, then you can trade it. And then again, we took the sells from here. Why? Because we'd already seen an hour and a half earlier that the market moved aggressively from that same price point. So if we got our setup, there's probability that it could happen again, which we saw. Bullish candle, bearish candle, new resistance formed. Next candle wicks up, sell the low of the bullish candle, not the inside candle. Here, the market came down. What did we see? Came down to support. We got a bullish candle close. Next candle wick down. We bought the highs. Thank you very much. The rest is history. Same process. Here, market came down into support. Bullish candle close, wick down, buy the high of the candle. Uprange candle forms, looking for that first impulsive move. We were looking for this move. It didn't come, it came up into this area. Next one came down. We looked for the same move again. It came. Obviously, we didn't capture everything, but we got plenty. Can't be greedy. Obviously, if you wanted to leave some on and close, let's say 80% of the position, 90% of the position in anticipation that the market's going to move, that is your prerogative. They're things that you can look at once you start collecting and seeing that you analyze the markets in a way where you can capitalize on the bigger trend moves. But first, prove to yourself, and the best way to prove to yourself is keep banking profits. The last thing you want to do is bank profits and then let it all return back on yourself, because then you'd be really pissed off. Let the market move, capture the pips, and then we go. Now, one thing we have to be wary of, guys. We have to be very wary. Right now, what's happening? What's happening in the markets, guys? Hmm, forget politics. Well, yeah, Anna, you're along the right lines. Now, because remember, things are traded in, no, just remember, things are traded in pairs other than indexes, right? So if you're talking about indexes, then it's a bull run, okay? If you're talking markets, because they're traded in pairs, then it's a trend, yeah? So if gold's trending, is it gold that's trending or is it dollar that's selling? Let's look at the currencies. Euro's pushing, got pounds pushing, Kiwi's pushing, CAD's pushing. Swissy, not so much. Euro. So basically, what we're seeing now is we've got dollar selling off. Yeah. So we're seeing trends. Now, in a trend, this is where you have to be careful because there's more people that make money in trends with no idea. Look what happened during Bitcoin. Look what happened during different things. People make money because they're buying. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just buying and it's making money. And some people can be lucky and make enough cash to retire through these situations. Other people are using proper systems, technologies to capitalize on it and not getting greedy. When these periods stop, it's about remembering the process and not to be greedy. Because yesterday in the members channel, I was seeing literally lots of trades being taken later in the day, flips and different things like this. And I was like, guys, you've made your money. You're getting greedy. Yeah. Corrections will come. And if you keep taking trades, you're going to hand back your money. So just remember, trends, they will go longer than you anticipate, but they will also end at some point. So stick to your rules, stay disciplined. If you're taking flips and things like this later in the day when the market's moved 1, 2%, be prepared to take a hit or manage your stop loss very aggressively. Subtle though. Uh, Give us a clue, Frankie. Remember, there's the YouTube delay for whatever reason, about 10 seconds, so I'm not quite sure where that comment comes in. So DAX is going to be my preferred option. I'm not going to trade NASDAQ. Um, and the reason I'm not going to trade NASDAQ is your comment in the channel. Is it what on your um on your results yesterday? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So that was my point. That is my point. I love it when you're all doing well. Um, I love it, guys. The people say to me, "What? Why do you coach? Why do you do this if you're doing well?" Well, the comment I shared from Anna last night in our members channel is worth more than anything that you get paid for your time to do that bit because you can see that certain things are changing, clicking, uh, money's being made that, you know, some people may be a little bit skeptical at the beginning, not just about the process, but about whether they can do it or not. People go through bad times with trading, and then all of a sudden you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that is why I shared Anna's feedback yesterday, because she's in her profession, she's obviously very disciplined. So in the medical world, so it's about translating that skill set into what she's doing. And all we did is we started to relay what she does on a day-to-day basis and put us a normal put her skill set from what she does on a day-to-day basis and align it with what she's doing with trading. And I think obviously from a one-to-one basis, you can spend a bit more time going through the strategies and things like that. But realistically, I think most people that are members, they can actually understand the systems, the processes, and how to find them. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's like having a tennis lesson or something. You can understand the theory, you can understand what to do, but just implementing it on a day-to-day basis is a different thing. It takes time. Uh, because when you look at a chart and you see the setup, it makes sense. But when a candle's moving up and down, and then you've got to think about it, that's a different thing. Like playing tennis, you know what you're meant to do, you know where you're meant to hit the ball, you know how your body's meant to be, you know which foot's meant to be in front of the other. But then all of a sudden you can stand there and you hit the ball, your foot's in the right position, your body's in the right shape. Now you take it one step further. You go to the back of the court, someone else goes back of the court, they hit the ball to you. Now you've got a moving ball and you've got to move at the same time and get your body in the same position before hitting the ball. So it's the moving parts that changes it, it's the variables. And that's the same with trading. Obviously, you've got the candles moving around, you've got your mind playing all sorts of games on you. Is this the right setup? Should I look at a different time frame? Should I do this? Should I do that? And the only way you're going to get better, guys, is time in front of the charts and sticking to a set of rules. And then look at your results at the end of the month or the end of the week or the end of the day, depending how frequently you're trading. And then you put it all together and you go, right, time to review. Um, so she's got a couple of weeks before our next session. Thank you, Anna, much appreciated. So gold, no, potential, potential. Look, I'm just looking at this now. So, okay, so I've dropped down the time frames a little bit. Like I said, just to see if there's any l potential opportunities. Right. Right. Always remember to delete your alerts because if they keep going, it can be a nuisance. Right. Okay, so uh, I'm not around this afternoon, so I'm not bothered about the news for this afternoon. So there's no news that's going to impact gold for me this morning. I'm not trading that today. So it's been a quiet session so far this morning, guys. But look, we kind of knew that once I'd seen the moves, but it is what it is. You got to turn up. If you're not there, you definitely can't make anything. Potential opportunities, I think you're going to see a lot more upside on the FX markets. You, your euros, your pounds, your kiwis. Let's have a look at CAD. CAD's still in this nonsense area. I mean, I think one thing that you're going to have an issue with maybe CAD is obviously the correlation with oil. And yesterday, Trump's plea with Saudi Arabia to drop oil prices to help stop the Russia-Ukraine war. So that's obviously not going to, that'll impact Canadian dollar. So I'd probably be a little bit, I'd probably ignore this one the most. Kiwi and Aussie, they're obviously correlated with indexes. And the way he spoke about tariffs potentially going up to like 60% on China in places, and China, and now it looks like maybe the worst case scenario is going to be 10%. This is why we're seeing dollar coming off significantly. Maybe Musk is having an impact on Trump and the way he views China. Who knows? Because the one thing is, we will never know. Um, Maybe he's going to be a little bit different with China and everything, and China and Russia these days, as we're not in a turbulent time like we were with COVID, etc. So all we can do is see what happens. Um, but right now, I expect the dollar to continue coming off. And if we look at the dollar index, oops, where is it? There we go. So 107 area of 107 is going to be the interesting area. This anywhere through here. So look, that was the last resistance area at 107. What's that? 40. If price comes through back through this area, then I would expect we're going to see a pretty strong sell-off on the dollar. But if there's going to be a little rebound, this will be it. You get a little rebound, maybe a lower high, and then a sell-off. But again, I think the catalyst for all of these moves is definitely going to be political. I mean, look at that for a move from literally the a 10% move on the dollar index. Phenomenal. But that was, look at it across the board. 9.8 on cable. Some of these will have obviously been impacted slightly more. 9.2. I think the risk currencies got done more. Yeah, so look at that. 13 on Kiwi. Where's Aussie? The risk currencies definitely got done more. 11 and CAD will have been absolutely hammered. Oh, not so bad. It's probably down on the value one because it's at 1.4. So Swissy. Oh, now Swissy guys. That's long-term holds, Swissy. This looks nice. Oh, did that? Yeah, DAX is dropping. So Swissy long-term holds looks good. Right, we'll find a way into this next week. Okay, so the way into this I'm planning now would be this. If we look at, let me draw this in. So we've seen the market doing this, maybe pump back up into here. If we can get into this area I'll be looking at placing sell limit with stops above here, or we're going to look for this. So sell limits on Swissy 91.20 would anywhere in this region. So that's for currency traders, something like this. This is long-term holds. Something something along those lines. That's what you're looking at trading that rate. I'd probably look at maybe somewhere in here. Don't expect it to go all the way down. If you want to make bigger returns, then you're going to look at a lower time frame, capitalize on the lower time frame, look for pullbacks, but that'd be a nice little starting point somewhere in that area there, guys. Right, let's see what's going on with the DAX. See if we can at least get a trade on this morning. If not, nothing, we haven't lost anything, but money's made through being disciplined, guys, not through just throwing trades on left, right, and center. 86. There's 20 points. No. No, we need it to get above here, guys. It's no trade range. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be a blank morning for trades, but we haven't lost anything. I think even the currency markets, I'd be more inclined to see a pullback. So if you're a cable trader, quite like 123.75, Jez, looking for trades in here. So rather annoyingly, the trade that I sent out in our members channel last week, we got clipped by a few pips, but the setup was there again to take yesterday, but I fell asleep last night. So yeah, you can see the Kiwi trade we got running. That is, we bought at 56.03. Somewhere here. So that is our trade, and this is a long-term hold. So we are currently sitting about 1.65% up. We have just moved our stop today to 56.10, so just underneath this low here. You could move it underneath here if you want, but like I said, this is a long-term hold for me, so I'm just letting this one run. Did anyone take the Kiwi trade? Oh. I'm guessing by the silence. Not many. You were probably fearful of how low it was. You let your emotions play tricks on you. But look, if we just go to the weekly chart, Oops. COVID low. So this is the all-time lows. Next one, October 22. Price literally touched it to the pip. I I couldn't have been more transparent about this and said this is where I see the market turning, and especially after the Trump factor. So there's a lot of pips up for grabs here. Maybe another 660. Right, come on, DAX. Right, let's don't need that one. Don't need that anymore. Well, slow morning, guys. Do apologize, but what can we do? Stick around for. I'll stay until 7:45, 7:55. Um, but there's not a lot we can do, mate. No, if the markets don't permit opportunities, they just don't. If there was still a New Zealand USD setup, if there was still a New Zealand dollar setup, again, can you see it? Are you saying is there another setup? Uh, there. Wait for the market to pull back down to 56.83. Just apply the same rules, Frankie. It's things that we trade, mate. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Look left, find your structure, trade the price action. No different. If I was to if I was to do if I was to basically I don't know if it'll allow me. If I was to cover up, yeah, I don't think it allows me. Okay, so if I was to cover up the commodity or the asset class in the top left, and then if I was to, oh no, it doesn't allow me. If I was then to get rid of the price down the right, so you don't know what the price is, a chart is just a chart. So just repeat the same things. Don't try and do something different. If you can do something well on one asset class, then in the theory, the principle should be the same on another asset class. The only thing that's going to vary is how you manage your stops, meaning where do you put your stop loss, where do you put your targets. So we know from trial and testing of what we do with NASDAQ, we've then shifted that onto the DAX because it's the same price point and volatility is very similar. We've done it with gold. Um, my trade with Kiwi, that is a long-term trade. So I'm applying swing style methodology to trade management with that. It's not something I normally do. It's how I used to trade for years, but then I don't have the patience for it. But because I'm not looking at currencies a lot, it makes no odds to me and it's in a separate account. So that one just doesn't get looked at. So I'm not watching the P&L on a daily basis. It drives me nuts. So so yeah, this look, name a chart that looked very similar to what I've just drawn here. Just did it about 5 minutes ago. What chart looked very similar to that? No. Anyone else? Come on, guys. What looked identical to this? At 7:25, someone said, I like that. Come on. Okay, so Swiss won't look like this because it's inverted. This one, cable. Currencies, so Swissy did look great, but it's at resistance level looking to sell. We need it to break out. So if we look, pound has broken out of its resistance on the lower time frame, and we're coming back to it. It was Jersey said, "Oh, I like that one at 23.70." Now euro might have probably done so. Euro hasn't broken out as much. Kiwi is broken out more. Aussie, mm, Aussie's broken out more, but let's have a look, see what the look left. Uh, Cheers, Anna. Take care, darling. Have a lovely weekend and well done on a fantastic week. So look, uh, Aussie, if anything, I think we're gonna head up to 63.90, which at least it's a bit another 75 pips, 74 pips. There you might find a little rejection, pull back to create a higher low. But I do feel that we're going to continue to see these markets push higher. Classic false break. Cheers, Pete. Cheers, buddy. I'll speak to you over the weekend, bud. Have a nice weekend. Um, yeah, so look, these are all long-term plays. Anything that's moved this kind of magnitude is going to have some kind of decent return. Now, my preference on all of these is Kiwi because look, any sort of like support levels we'd seen around here, this one actually came off the major support level. Whereas if we look at um Aussie, it broke through it. Now it's got a chance to come back to retest. Whereas Kiwi had free room up until here. So this is like the lows. Right. Uh, let's see. I don't think anything's changed. Looking at the pricing, no, no. Yeah, nothing changed. Yeah, guys, so we're just sat here waiting. Unfortunately, in about 10 minutes, I'll have to go and get the little one ready for school run. Uh, I will come back and have a look at the market. So for all members, anyone that is online for a couple of hours, I'll be sharing some stuff if it breaks in the members channel. But in terms of currency, guys, I think if you're looking for opportunities, pound long off that level looks quite good. 23, it's about another 10 pips, I think, lower. Yeah, somewhere in here. 23.70. But before you buy, just wait for buyers to come in. Don't buy blind off levels. Wait for buyers to come in, wait for the setup, and then trade it. So what's been best trade you've had this week, guys? Pips or profit? Or gold? Can we get a move on gold? No, gold's not doing anything. Okay, let's see if we can get the pop on the DAX. Yeah, I think, guys, it's time to maybe knock it on the head today. We'll give it 5 minutes or so, but yeah, there's not a lot happening. See if we can get a little move on gold. Coffee time, yeah, I wish, and I wouldn't mind a coffee, but I'm not going to get a chance. Literally straight from here, little one, school run, then we'll come back. Uh, you know what, guys? No, I'll wait for this 15-minute candle to close. See if we can get a close. See if we can get a close below or above on anything. You never know. I do laugh. I'm just seeing a signal come out. So you see, do you hear my computer make a bleep? So obviously, I'm I'm registered with a few brokers, and they all have now started sending out random signals. That one just said buy limit gold, and the price was 27.39. So basically, it needs to drop $34 for you to get triggered. I mean, talk about. It's an alert that's not worth sending. It just creates news. It might be a nice technical area, but let's have a look. Let's see what the alert is. 27:39. Fuck it now. 27:39. So somewhere in here. I mean, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. Unbelievable. So, could you imagine if I sent out an alert today and said, right, buy gold at 27:39? I'd be sending the same alert tomorrow, the day after, the day after. That would just do my head in. Right. Unfortunately, guys, there is nada happening. Absolutely nothing. 2 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap up, guys. I do apologize. All you've done is listen to my dulcet Yorkshire tones, and the markets haven't moved. We missed it. The markets moved during Asia, so maybe we start to do Asian sessions. Nah, joking. I'm not waking up for that. I like my the few hours sleep that I do get. I like it to be normal hours. One more minute, guys, and then I'm gonna call it a day. So, guys, thank you for joining me this morning. I'm sorry that we didn't get an opportunity. I even got a chance to. In fact, it's been that quiet. I've not even opened up my MT4 account. That's how quiet it's been. I've just realized. Okay, there we go, guys. Uh, that, to be fair, 15-minute wise, if this candle wicks down, you could buy the break of that high. You could buy the break of that high. Let's see. No, no trade for me. But yeah, you could do if you wanted. But yeah, I'm closing the shop this morning. Have a great weekend, guys. I will see you, members. I'll see you after 9 o'clock. I'll just share some charts in the channels. But everyone else, I'll see you Monday. Have a great day and enjoy your week.